Everyone, it's Alex. It's that time of year again. It's that time of year to see what football is like. I've never been a big fan of football, but I do like football video games. Why? Because it's fun. And if you don't mind, I'm going to be drawing up some plays to see how it can win. That looks about right.
I'm not a big football fan. I know it's quite shocking, but I do like seeing the Chicago Bears and Philadelphia Eagles play from time to time. Except that the Bears aren't doing that great. But the Eagles are. This year I'm getting into the football mode by playing some football video games. I will just look at 3 of them since I missed my original deadline to get this video out by Thanksgiving. I like most football video games. I remember playing Madden 06 a lot on the GameCube as a kid, and I remember finding it years later and having my mom get really upset at me for buying the video game instead of whatever else I was supposed to buy at that moment. This game might be outdated by today's standards, but so are you, so how does that feel? I will give credit where credit is due. Tecmo Bowl was our first football game that was licensed by the National Football League, or NFL. It was first released as an arcade game and then it got ported to the NES. Unfortunately, I couldn't find a real-life cabinet version of this game, so it got just all for nothing. Today we'll be looking at the NES edition as featured in the NES Nintendo Switch Online service. And I gotta say, though it may feel old, they really nailed the feel and pacing of the game. I couldn't figure out how to switch plays for offense and defense. I'm assuming the instruction manual back in the day told you some way to do it. And controlling the game isn't too weird by today's conventions. Pressing A to toggle between players and press B to do whatever command you have. The game only really has 2 commands when playing offense or defense. You can either tackle or throw the ball, unless you select the running play, whereas you just run. And the AI does a lot of the heavy lifting here. Playing defense is so brutal, I should reconsider if I was actually cut out for minor mirror flag football team. Playing offense is pretty easy since you could just catch and run, and the AI does a pretty good job of catching things. The gameplay is standard, there are no cool modes like the career mode, and there's no way to actually improve your team. A feature I'd like to have seen in this game is changing the time for each quarter. Each quarter felt very, very long, and I was ready to give up at any minute. I just wish each quarter were like a minute long instead of the standard 2 minutes. Also, fun fact, Bo Jackson is by far the best player in the game. So you know I'm always picking the LA Raiders when I play competitively. Rumor has it that you can easily get 1,000 yards or more per game just by playing with Bo Jackson. I also find it kind of weird to see that he was more an MLB star than an NFL star, but hey, it's whatever. And all this is a no frills, no fluff kind of football game. If you just have a hankering to play some football but don't really want to go outside, or don't really want to see a lot of eye candy, this is a great game to recommend. They have some cool animations here and there, and the music is quite catchy. I kinda like how Tecmo Bowl has original music, instead of just adding in whatever licensed rap artist or band they could get for the time. This next one really isn't a football console game, but I think this game got football on mobile device done correctly. Blocky football. But at a close second comes Retro Bowl. I'll be playing NFL Retro Bowl 25 as part of the Apple Arcade, through graphics and gameplay rather than those that are found in Tecmo Bowl, but I don't even know if that is worth considering, just because it's been 37 years since Tecmo Bowl was released. And for comparison, an NES cartridge has anywhere between 24 kilobytes to 1 megabyte of ROM storage. Retro Bowl at the App Store says that it's 77.8 megabytes. So that's about a 3,000 times storage size difference. So what does Retro Bowl have that Tecmo Bowl doesn't? Well, firstly, I can save, which is a great feature. No more password systems. Full-on saving. Also, in Retro Bowl, I have a fully fledged campaign, and I can do a quick exhibition match if that's what I'm really in the mood for. And second, I can finally name my character and pick a team. And I can skip the entire season if I want to. I just like playing football and seeing my team improve. So whenever these politic boxes drop up, I just close my phone and pretend like nothing happened and just move on with my life. The controls are pretty simple, just pull back when the QB to throw the ball forward and then move around the defense. But honestly, most of the time, I just breeze through the simulation part of the game because I just want to see what happens. Honestly, I'm not too invested into this game, but it is nice you can get upgrades for yourself and for your team, unless you have an actual campaign. After the first season, I started to play a little bit more and I got absolutely demolished. It wasn't any fun in the slightest bit. I thought I could just keep on cruising with simulation mode like I did in the first season. I just wanted to earn money. And since this is the Apple Arcade version, there are no in-game transactions. So I couldn't even use Play to Win to try to figure out what I was doing wrong and how I could improve. But overall, this was a great game, and a great game on mobile. And as I mentioned before, I like Madden games. I think this game gives the best real-life simulation of what a football game could be. I'm no longer looking at pixels, I'm looking at polygons. Very highly rendered polygon sets, and it feels just right. feels like I'm actually at the stadium playing alongside my team. Today I'll be checking out Madden 24. But you might be asking, Alex, why not just play the latest and greatest Madden 25? Let me first off by telling you, let's get in my head. And second, there are two editions of Madden 25. There's Madden 25, I believe it's a 2013 or 2014 version, and then there's Madden 25, the 2024 edition. I just feel like there's a missed opportunity called Madden 2025, the newest one, Madden 2025 2, so we could officially say that there was a sequel to Madden 25. And also, this is my first time logging in, and I never realized how much of my life I have to give just to be on good terms with Uncle Madden and actually get a shot at playing this game. This game has very different control methods just because I think it was developed both for PC and for console. So you have a bunch of buttons and you can do whatever you want. One thing I really like about this game is that it has a career mode. So I decided to go with the most basic and plain man I could ever create. John Smith, born in Provo, Utah, number 80 something, and I gotta say, this game feels really immersive, but it just takes so long to get into the first game of your career mode. First, I have to do like this NFL minigame section. Then next I have to do this NFL quiz, and let me tell you something. I know a little bit of football. I know the rules, and I know how to play. But don't ask me about trivia. I have no idea. Well, I have some idea who Peyton Manning is. But whoever this Dean McNabb person is, I have no idea. And finally we get into our preseason game, and I lost. I think. I'm just not that great of a quarterback. And I don't know if I could lead my team to victory. But I guess we'll see. And yeah, I should not be playing quarterback mode. I probably should be playing as a different position, or at least understand the games and the mechanic a little bit better. But how can I? It's football season. I gotta get up with the times and with what's hip.
All those games were great, except I really didn't want to play any of those games for more than just a couple dozen seconds. None of those games were all that interesting. They were fun, but I'm still not a football guy. I prefer playing games like RPGs and adventure games and puzzle games. So there's only one thing left to do. Time to build some Legos.